So Gibson back to the free throw line, but we were talking about it earlier, the fact that, yes, as you see the balance scoring tonight, Chauncey was able to put up points in the first half, but it might have taken his teammates out of rhythm the other night.
I think much less frenzied than he was in Game 4. It was almost as if he and Rip Hamilton had something to prove. There was so much talk over a 2-day period of, boy, the guards are struggling. They need them to be stars. We even talked about it in the beginning of our telecast, and they came out like they had something to prove tonight. They just much more balance, better pace. They're letting the game come to them.
Well, you look at it the other night, they had 42 points, but they took 37 shots. They were 15 for 37. There was no balance.
As Ilgauskas comes away with the rebound, Maxiel was pushed by Gooden, and the foul is called on Gooden.
It's becoming a free throw battle here. A lot of cheap fouls late in the quarter. Both teams in the penalty.
That's 3 on Gooden. Maxiel struggles at the line, only 53% during the regular season.
It's interesting. Drew Gooden has not played well in the Palace in the 2 games, and the guy who has played well is Varejao. He's in there now. He's only has 3 points on the night, but his energy and activity, and he's such an energy guy. I thought he was too hyped up at home, and maybe being on the road, he settles down a little bit and can play a little bit more under control. But I thought in the game screen 4 he had 8 fouls and made some fouls away from the basket that I thought that hurt his team, and just didn't make the kind of plays he normally makes.
Jason Maxiel in his second NBA season out of the University of Cincinnati, and hitting his free throws tonight. That's 3 of 4 at the line for Maxiel. Pistons back to the 4-point lead. Delfino staying with James. Varejao tries to set the pick. And here's LeBron. Rebounded by Davis. Nice pickup on the dribble by Billups as he backpedals to keep it alive. Here's Billups for 3. Oh, Maxiel mistimed. That would have been an explosion. However, the Pistons have the new shot clock.
Really controlling the glass again as he did in Game 4. It's 15-9 now, and Detroit doing a nice job at the offensive end on the glass as well.
Hamilton trying to get it down low to Davis.
That's one of those, you got to know your personnel, who you're throwing the ball to. Dale Davis had no chance to catch that ball. It was a blind pass, and Rip has got to be a little bit more careful with that. Maybe Rasheed could have caught that ball, maybe a Weber, but Dale Davis never saw that one coming.
Rasheed Wallace makes his return, comes on for Jason Maxiel. Maxiel leaves with 7 points. Gibson and Hughes at the guards. James, Varejao, Ilgauskas up front. We're approaching 3 minutes to go in this first half. Here's James. Yes, and it counts. LeBron James with the floater, and he will head to the line. That's 10 points for LeBron.
You see that little 1-2-2 zone, 3-2 zone, and what they do is they come up and they have Ilgauskas screen the top man, and their whole thing is, can LeBron get in the paint, and if he gets in there, either look to score, or if the defense collapses, kick out to your shooters. That time, when he got the contact, he did the smart thing and finished up with a shot. Now he has a chance for a 3-point play.
Foul committed by Hamilton. That's 3 on Hamilton.
And the guards were not collapsing on LeBron. Normally the guards pinch in at that foul line area. They force LeBron to give up the ball, but Hughes has already hit a couple of threes. Gibson obviously hot in Game 4, so that Detroit zone, the perimeter guys are a little more reluctant to come and pinch inside.
Lindsey Hunter has come on for Rip Hamilton. Tayshaun Prince is back. Prince, Wallace, and Davis up front. A 1-point Piston lead. Here's Hunter for 3. Rebounded by James. And the Cavaliers have an opportunity to reclaim the lead. Varejao off a beautiful lead pass from James. Cavaliers lead by 1.
That's just LeBron James right there, attracting all kinds of attention. Rasheed Wallace was so worried about LeBron that he forgot to cover the basket.
Wallace with a nice feed. Prince hit the bucket, but he stepped out.
Well, it's been a tough series and night for Tayshaun Prince. Looked like he finally got on the board. He's 0-3 in the game, got a long rest there. They need him to come in and give them some production. But LeBron, you talked about it, eyes up, head up. You run the floor, you get rewarded. The bench loves it, and they are in the lead by 1.
Welcome back to the Palace of Auburn Hills. With Cleveland being outscored in the third quarter of every game this series, Cavs coach Mike Brown says enough is enough. At halftime, instead of resting comfortably in the locker room, it'll be a furious 16 minutes. Here's what's going to happen. The two video coordinators, Bryant Moore and Steve Hexel, have been busy at work. They've been receiving messages from the Cavs bench through assistant Chris Jent. They are putting together a tape. When the 16 minutes of the halftime starts, the coaches will convene here. They will go through the tape. The players will meet in a separate room and have a players-only meeting discussing what they see on the floor. With 8 minutes to go on the clock, the two groups will convene. They will go over a pre-game scouting report and game plan. With 4 minutes to go on the clock, they are then ready to take the floor, and they are told to take it with a sense of urgency and a lot of aggression to get ready for the start of the third quarter. Mike Brown trying to change things up. Mark?
Craig with a little skit going here. You know?
Impressive.
I can hear the guys saying, all right, now get out of here.
We're trying to work.
Yes.
He didn't mention the next part. Then Cleveland comes out and misses their first 6 shots, and Detroit takes over.
And Mike Brand runs out of timeouts and trying to get him in sync.
Hey, you're ruining the vignette here. Cavaliers with a 12-5 run the last 3 minutes since LeBron James made his return. Shot clock to 5. And here's James. Tips it home. LeBron on the follow. He has 13 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and a block.
And that was on the dribble against Lindsey Hunter. Maybe the best defensive player in the league in terms of containing the dribble. Went right around him.
Wallace bothered by Ilgauskas on that shot attempt. Pistons have led by as many as 8. And the Cavaliers have taken a 3-point lead. Blocking foul charge to Hughes. That'll put Billups at the line. Foul on Hughes, his 3rd. And coming up on the T-Mobile halftime report, Ernie checking his watch, realizing that he's moments away. You see, he'll be working with that particular studio crew. Kenny Smith looking perplexed. Ernie, Charles, Kenny, and Reggie will have a look back at tonight's Game 5 between the Cavs and Pistons.
Young kids are more coachable than the crew that he works with.
I believe I saw some dissension. Kenny looked very upset. It's T-Mobile halftime report. 1:33 to go in this first half. Billups now 2 of 4 at the line. Chauncey Billups suffered an aggravated muscle in his thigh at the end of Game 4, but the Pistons say he is all right. Detroit with him, 1. Mike Brown going with Gibson at the point. Rookie out of Texas has been a major surprise in the Eastern Conference Final Series. Here's James. Crowd looking for a foul. They wanted a charge as Davis went down. Hunter pulling it back. Billups looking to post on Gibson. And Billups able to hit off the double pump.
He's in a nice rhythm tonight. You don't have that frenetic play that Steve talked about that we saw in Game 4, even though he scored 18, in a much better rhythm. 4 of 6 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line. He has 13 points, taking care of the ball and running his team's offense.
Al Davis now defending on LeBron James. Gibson had it slapped away and fouled. Hit on a reach-in by Billups. That's the first on Chauncey.
How about Gibson goes to the line 12 times the other night. He's going to go at least 6 times now here in the first half. Not a guy who you think of in terms of somebody who's going to get to the free throw line an awful lot. More of a spot-up shooter.
Only 38 free throws in 60 games during the regular season for Daniel Boobie Gibson. Says as a youngster growing up in Houston, his mom gave him the nickname because he was a little bit, he said, on the soft side. He said, when I was a little kid, I liked to play with a lot of the big guys, and I used to get beat up a lot. I'd always come home crying, and she called them Crybaby and Boobie. She said it all kind of ran together. Very self-effacing to relate the story.
Yeah. And I'm sure Boobie's saying too much information.
Yeah, exactly.